So, discuss the formation and development of temperate cyclones, highlight the climatological significance. According to the wave theory, temperate cyclones are result of formation of polar front in middle latitudes due to convergence of warm tropical and cold polar air masses. This origin and development occurs through four stages. Stage 1, stationary front stage. Stationary fronts form due to presence of cold polar air mass and near the warm tropical air mass. So stages of wave cyclones. So wind shear, high pressure, low pressure, continental polar and lower side. So in tropical, and in second is indentation in front wave, low pressure here, and one is wind shear, it is high pressure in two sides, and cold, and third is cold and warm fronts advance. So mainly cold air and warm air upper front, low pressure middle form, and cold front catches up. 4 is cold front catches up with a warm front, low pressure region, and you can see cold and warm front, and then occlusion of warm front 5. So low pressure in the upper side, and dissipation, low pressure in the middle side. So it is mainly you can see in stationary front first, second is second, then warm front, isobar and occludent front, and cold front, and precipitation. Stage 2, incipient stage, formation of a kink along polar front. So Coriolis force, so increase intensity. So then increase intensity of warm air or eastward section and of cold air of western section of front, and beginning of circular movement of cyclone. Then pressure also declines towards head of kink. Isobars begin to become elliptical. So improvements by baroclinic theory. According to it, tropical cyclones are formed due to presence of baroclinic instability. As this instability increases with height and glow of upper atmosphere is broken into circular cyclones and anticyclones. These upper air cyclones and anticyclones induce opposite pressure centers on surface. So baroclinic instability. Upper troposphere divergence linked to a short waves to ridge system in upper troposphere and stimulates development of surface cyclones on polar front. Development of surface cyclones linked to new divergence of the air column from the surface to the tropopause. That tropospheric divergence, so anything that contributes to an increase in upper troposphere divergence. Tropospheric divergence will depend the surface system. Cold advection under upper through and warm advection upper ridge. Stage 3, mature stage. As cold front travels travel faster area of warm sector and reduces and the warm air is actively forced to rise along fronts. This causes further reduction in pressure, causing instability to increase further. Cyclone has acquired an egg-shaped and is fully developed. Stage 2, occlusion and dissipation stage. Due to faster velocity and of cold front, it begins to catch a warm front. This overtaking of occlusion begins from head of the waves and and begins to move towards open end of cyclone. Gradually, process of completed and warm sector is pinched off the surface to cause mixing of cold polar air with warm air. This mixing causes dissipation of cyclones. Its climatological significance: they are main mechanism of meridional heat exchange in middle and higher latitudes. Temperate cyclones register evenly distributed precipitation, as airy winters also receive sufficient rainfall. So temperate cyclones are marked by fall in temperature, fall in mercury level, wind shifts, and a halo around sun and moon, and a thin veil of cirrus clouds. A light drizzle follows, which um, turns into a heavy. These conditions change with the arrival of warm front, which hits results the fall in mercury level and rising temperature. Rainfall stops and clear weather prevails until the cold front of an anticyclonic character arrives, which causes a fall in temperature, brings cloudiness and rainfall with thunder. After this, once again the clear weather is established, the temperate cyclone experience more rainfall when there is slower movement and a marked difference in rainfall and temperature between the front and rear of the cyclone. These cyclones are generally accompanied by anticyclones. So thank you.